Good morning and welcome to Mornings on Main Street for this Tuesday, April 18th. I'm your host, Stefanie Miller. We have another fun show on tap for you today. First off, we are over in Mount Juliet, Tennessee, visiting with the membership executive and master captain with Freedom Boat Club. She shares with us the history of Freedom Boat Club and how you can get access to a boat if you don't have one and get on the water for some fun in the sun this summer. She was also nice enough to give me a little lesson in boating while I was visiting with her. After that, we check in with our Tennessee traveler, Tom Adkinson. He takes us to a country cooking spot in Franklin, Tennessee called Barbara's Country Cooking. And from the sound of it, it is finger licking good, and I cannot wait to share that with you. And then we round out today by hearing from our sales and leadership coach, Derek Eurales Jr., on why it could be beneficial to hire a coach no matter the business that you're in and just how they help. But first, my goodness, check this out. This is Clarksville's Franklin Street as some of the extras prepare for a scene in the upcoming Amazon movie to be entitled Holland, Michigan. They're filming one scene in Clarksville. Now, you're seeing a little video now of some of the film crew and extras from Monday and talk about a beautiful day one for everyone out there. The parade scene being shot there is said to be set in the 1980s. Filming will be happening for the remainder of the week. Visit Main Street Clarksville for the areas that are affected in downtown Clarksville. Again, there's just one scene, the parade scene being shot in Clarksville right now. All right, let's get a check of the weather and see what's in store for us, whether it's sunshine and nice breezy conditions. We're going to check in with our friends over at Tennessee Valley Weather.
I'm Kelly Rawson here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center with a check at your Tuesday forecast. Another very calm day expected here in the Tennessee Valley. We are not expecting any rainfall for southern middle Tennessee, maybe a cloud or two, but overall we're going to hold on to a mostly sunny sky for the rest of today as well. And even into tomorrow will be dry too. This is Futurecast Tuesday night. You see a few passing clouds to our north, but here in southern middle Tennessee we do stay dry and clear. And then heading into your Wednesday, we'll see a few clouds build back up, and temperatures today going to be very warm and comfortable. You can see that here on the 7-day forecast. 77 for the high temperature under plenty of sunshine, and a few clouds adding into the mix for Wednesday. But check it out, high temperatures in the lower 80s both Wednesday and Thursday. A few showers possible on Thursday and Friday. We are expecting showers and thunderstorms with a cold front that we are going to have to keep a pretty close eye on heading into Friday night into your first half of your weekend.
Tennessee Valley Weather was brought to you by Fred's Flooring. The Main Street Awards voting in Rutherford County is happening now. Don't forget to go vote for Fred's Flooring. Go check out their products at 490 St. Andrews Drive, Suite 105 in Murfreesboro, or give them a call at 615-645-3565.
Well, I don't know about you guys out there, but there is nothing better than relaxing on the boat during the late spring and summertime. But you know, if you have questions about boating or want to maybe become licensed to run a boat, you have access and you're able to do that by going to the oldest boat club that's around. And I'm talking about Freedom Boat Club. Here I am on, I don't even know what water I'm on, so I'm going to let Angie Scott tell us all about it. She's the membership executive here with Freedom Boat Club. First off, Angie, thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming out. It's a beautiful day. We've been itching for this warm weather, and we're excited that it's here.
No, I'm embarrassed to say, what water are we on right now?
So we're sitting on Old Hickory Lake, and we're at Cedar Creek Marina, which is just one of our 6 locations right here in Middle Tennessee. We've actually got another location on the north side at Gallatin Marina on Old Hickory. Then we're on Percy Priest Lake, a couple locations on Center Hill and Timms Ford. So members of Freedom Boat Club have options to go to any of those locations as often as they like. And we've also got 4 locations in the Knoxville area that we recently opened. So
very nice. And Angie, before I ask you about a little bit of history, when it comes to boating, for those who may not own a boat and they're like, you know what, I have no boating experience, but I would love to be able to say I have that experience. I can get on the water. How can you guys make that happen? How does that work?
Yeah, that's one great benefit of Freedom Boat Club membership, because you can't really find on the water training in a whole lot of places. You can take online tests and kind of broaden your knowledge that way. But as far as hands-on on the water, actually learning how to operate a vessel, you don't really get that. I mean, when you go to buy a boat at a dealership, they don't take you out and actually show you how to safely operate the boat. So Freedom Boat Club membership, all our members go through initial training, which is called our new member orientation. We have a 2-hour classroom portion and then a 2-hour on the water, hands-on, one-on-one session with one of our licensed captains. And beyond that, any additional training somebody wants is included. So you just have to request it, and we're happy to take you out as many times as it takes to get people comfortable. And, you know, safety is our number one priority. So we definitely want to make sure everybody's comfortable and knows what they're doing out there.
100%, because as we were talking before, I mean, the water is dangerous for anyone who has watched, you know, news reports throughout the summertime. I mean, things do happen on the water, and you have to be as safe as possible. And the only way to know how to be safe is to be trained, you know, to how to operate a boat. Now, if they don't own a boat, can they rent one from you guys?
Yeah, that's the beauty of Freedom Boat Club membership. It's basically the hassle-free alternative to owning a boat. So we take care of all the maintenance of the fleet. We have a whole variety of boats to choose from. Tri-tunes like this beautiful one we're sitting on right now. We have bow riders, center console fishing boats, some pontoon boats that have fishing options. And we've also got some specialized wake surf boats. So members can choose from whatever type of boat they're wanting for that particular day. And we take care of all the cleaning, all the maintenance, you know, any of the hassle that normally comes along with owning your own boat. We store them right there at the marinas that we're located at, so you don't have to worry about trailering a boat or anything like that. You basically show up, our dock staff helps you get everything loaded up and ready to go, head out, enjoy your day on the water, come back in, and dock staff is there to greet you and take care of everything else.
I love it. And I am spying a boat right now that has a slide off the back of it. That looks like a lot of fun. Share some of the history, because we were talking, and Angie, you were saying that, you know, this is the largest boat club. And I'm like, oh, okay, largest in the state. No, largest around anywhere in the world.
Yeah, so we started back in 1989 in Sarasota, Florida. No boat club existed at that time. And, you know, I feel like the subscription model these days is becoming an incredibly popular thing. And so the people back in 1989 to come up with this idea that was very forward thinking. And since then, you know, started with a bunch of locations down in Florida and just kept branching out. And we started here in Middle Tennessee back in 2016. And now the Freedom Boat Club Network is growing to Canada, France, the UK, Spain, Scandinavia, more recently Australia and Puerto Rico. So members join the club and literally can go to over 380 locations worldwide and take boats out.
So cool. Couple more questions for you. One being, what is your favorite part about being out here? Because Angie too herself has spent time in the office, working in an office setting, and, you know, had that transition. What do you love about being out here?
Oh, everything. I mean, the outdoors is just, it's so relaxing to hear the birds chirping and just the beautiful scenery of being on the water. It's very good for the soul.
I can imagine. Lastly, where can we get more information about Freedom Boat Club and how maybe to start taking advantage of your services?
Yeah, so we have a website if you're looking for local here in Middle Tennessee or East Tennessee, freedomboatclubtn.com, and you can find out everything you need to know, and we'll be happy to help answer any questions and educate everybody on, you know, whatever you need to know about Freedom Boat Club membership.
Angie, thank you so much for your time. You know, I really kind of would be nice to have like a, I don't know, glass of iced tea or maybe a Corona or something right now. And I'm hearing that song in my head, sitting on the dock of the bay.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why that's just playing right now. But again, we appreciate your time and all of that information. So yeah, check it out. Freedom Boat Club, look it up, since Angie just gave you the website to go to, and you also have it at the bottom of your screen. Stick with us here on Mornings on Main Street. We have so much more coming up right after this.
Hockey and music Music City just hits different. It's one big honky-tonk party. It's the sea of gold in the crowd, the goals, the saves, the celebrations. It's an experience like no other. Experience Predators hockey all season long. Visit NashvillePredators.com/season tickets and join the Loyal Legion today. That's NashvillePredators.com/tickets, and we'll see you at Bridgestone Arena.
Welcome back. Take a look at this picture. You see some macaroni and cheese, greens, filled peas there, and then carrots souffled right here. Where can you find this goodness that you're looking at on the screen? Well, you can find it at Barbara's Country Cooking in Williamson County, Tennessee. You know who's already traveled there and who's bringing this to us today? You know it, our Tennessee traveler, Tom Adkinson, back with us, talking to us about some really good food. This is mouth-watering, Tom.
Everything is good at Barbara's.
Is it really? How did you find Barbara's?
It has a pretty good name, but I'd never dropped in on them. They're easy to find. It's just off of Hillsborough Road between Green Hills and Franklin. It's on Old Hillsborough Road. And I found it by reputation. And when first time I went in, I said, my goodness, Tom, you have been missing the mark.
Well, I see again vegetables and the mac and cheese. What about the meat? What sort of meat does she have on the menu?
There is a bulletin board in the main dining room there with 6 or 8 meats that are up there every day. It's fried chicken and poppy seed chicken, roast beef, pork chops, country fried steak. You're going to find something you want.
You know, and your headline on your article of this says country food with a South African accent in Williamson County. So what is that South African flair?
The family that's running this place has roots in South Africa.
Okay.
The owner is a young guy named Brenton Wright. Mm-hmm. His mother is Odette, and Odette has this wonderful South African accent. Her sister Giselle is there. Her mother Norma is there. Brenton doesn't have that accent at all. He was brought up in Williamson County. But she is, Odette particularly, is big and boisterous and outgoing and just has a blast with everybody. And you know that she's not from around here.
Oh, wow. So a very welcoming atmosphere. What is the setting like? Is it like our traditional restaurant style? What is it like?
Oh, it's a house out in the country.
Really?
In one sense, it's nothing that special architecturally. You come in off the front porch, you're in an area that is would have been the entryway and maybe the living room. And then there's they have a couple or 3 tables there, and the cash register and access to the kitchen. Next over is a small room with 2 or 3 tables. And then there's a big room that has probably 10 tables in it. And that great big bulletin board or chalkboard I was talking about. It's just an old house out in the country that's been chopped up and turned into a restaurant.
Well, you know, and those are sometimes the best locations to stop in. When you see that sign outside and you see this little house, like you almost know it's going to be worth stopping in, you know, at that spot. How long have they been open? Did I read correctly? 20 years?
Just past it. A lady named Barbara Thomas opened it in 1997. Mm-hmm. And Brenton started working there, bussing tables and washing dishes when he was still in middle school. And he said he hung around long enough that he wanted something more to do and started learning the kitchen. Amazing. And a few more years in, Barbara was ready to throw in the dish towel, so to speak, and she sold it to Brenton. So he just kept Barbara's name on it and kept on cooking the things that he'd learned to do and tweak things a little bit himself. So he feels he justifiably feels he has his touch on the menu too.
Oh, I bet. Well, a couple more questions for you. Did you notice a lot of regulars the day that you went in? A place like this has to have people that come back on a daily basis, I would think. I
didn't meet anybody on a daily basis, but it was obvious. There were people there who knew the routine better than I did as a first timer. And then to the way Odette greeted people, it was clear that she was seeing friends that she'd seen before. It's a neat place. When the weather is good, there's some picnic tables outside. They do catering work as well.
Okay.
So it's a hefty operation.
I bet. Last question. What about the dessert? Any dessert items on the menu?
They have pies that a friend of theirs makes for them. And there's chess pies and pecan pies and fudge pies. I've had the fudge pie, and I suppose I ought to try the others, but that fudge pie was awfully good for a second run.
It's so hard when you taste it and it's something that you love, not to just have the same thing again.
And one notable thing, I joked them. I said, "Where's the cornbread?" And they said, "Look, we're baking these hundreds of yeast rolls every day. Give us a break. Like my yeast rolls." And I did.
Well, yeast rolls with butter, almost just as good as cornbread and butter.
Yes.
Tom, thank you so much. Again, you have Barbara's Country Cooking there in Williamson County. Be sure to stop by. But again, Tom, thank you for taking us there today. We always appreciate it.
You're welcome, and keep traveling.
We will continue to do that. And thanks to you, we can read all about some amazing spots that we can travel to here in Middle Tennessee and the Tennessee area. All you have to do to find Tom's articles, head over to mainstreetnashville.com. You can find a number of articles right there. Stick with us here on Mornings on Main Street. We have more coming up after this.
You can't see the sights without the sounds. From the crack of the bat to the roar of the crowd and everything in between, discover what Hit City has to offer. Spend your nights cheering on the Nashville Sounds at First Horizon Park with giveaways, fireworks shows, theme weekends, and more. Single game tickets are on sale now. Visit NashvilleSounds.com to claim your seat today.
Welcome back. This morning we have Derek Eurales Jr. back with us. First off, good morning and thank you.
Thank you.
He's from Southwestern Consulting, a sales and leadership coach that we'd love to get some just vital tips and information from. And today we're talking about why hire a coach in the first place. Why is that so important, or why could that be beneficial?
Well, hiring a coach could very well mean the difference between success and failure. Mm-hmm. A lot of people have coaches. Athletes have coaches. Can you win without the guidance of a coach? Probably not. And first of all, coaching is not one of these things that just came about. Mm-hmm. People have been coached for years and centuries and eons. Even we probably called it something different, but the simple answer to why get a coach is accountability. It's accountability to do the things that you should be doing mm-hmm. until those things become habit. And the habit of doing these simple activities that you would think, that's so simple, I could do that on my own. Well, if you could do all of those things on your own, why aren't you doing it? Example. We all know that there's a way to get, six-pack abs and a ripped body, right?
Yes.
You work out, you eat well, and you do all of the things that you should be doing, right? Then why aren't a lot of us healthy? Right. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm, I'm saying this, I'm poking in my, yeah.
But I get it.
But a lot of people end up hiring a personal trainer. Mm-hmm. Why? It's not because I don't know how to do the push-ups. I don't know how to do the burpees. I don't know how to do the this or that. We all know how to do all of the stuff that we need to do. Mm-hmm. It's just that personal trainer can motivate you, can give you the kick into gear that causes you to do the stuff that you're supposed to do. Because that trainer is going to say, hey, Stefanie, did you do this? Did you diet well? Did you cheat on the things that you should have done? Did you make it happen? Just like that, that's what a coach does for a person in their business or even in their life. They hold them accountable to the things that they know they should be doing until it becomes habit enough to where you don't have to have somebody in your corner saying, hey, did you do this? Hey, did you do that? Hey, did you do that? And then when you do the stuff that you told your coach you would do, then you move on to different things so that you can continue that process of improvement.
You know, looking at improvement. So again, kind of like a coach or an athlete, you know, they go from say maybe mediocre to winning. You know, when it comes to a business, you can increase your income by a certain percentage. This is something that, you know, Derek brought in, and it's saying, you know, increase income by 46%. That is huge for someone in a business or starting a business. What do you see? Like, what do you hear from those clients that you work with when they get to that point? You're like, oh, I understand now.
Oh, they're ecstatic. But I'll be honest with you, in the beginning, it's hard to understand, why do I need to do these things? Why do I need to show what I've been doing in the course of a day? Why do I need to log this? Or why do I need to use this tool that you guys are telling me we need to use? Or why do I need to this or that? And it just gets you to a certain thing. There was a movie in the 1980s. I was around in the 1980s. I'm old enough to have been, you know, watched, but there was this movie where the teacher had the student doing all kinds of crazy things. He told him to sand the floor and paint the fence. And of course, you probably know that I'm talking about the Karate Kid. And there was a new representation of that with Jackie Chan, but Ralph Macchio in the 1980s was part of this. And he didn't understand, man, why am I sanding the floor and painting the fence and waxing on? And he's saying, don't forget to breathe. And then he found out afterward, when the challenge came, and he was like, man, I'm not doing this stuff no more. This is stupid. And the teacher said, hey, come here and show me, paint the fence, show me wax the floor, show me wax on, wax off. And magically, of course, we know the end of the movie is, you know, Danielson won the tournament and all of that. And it was because he finally became coachable to the point to where he implemented the stuff that the teacher was talking about. So if a person is willing to be coachable, willing to be committed to a process, and willing to change some of the things that they're doing wrong, because in order to improve, we got to change some of the bad stuff that we're doing. We got to get rid of some of the bad habits and replace them with better habits that get us to where we're going. If we do that, Stefanie, we'll be successful. It's all about, and the numbers, yes, they're great numbers to see. That was a research project that was done a few years back that showed us the numbers of all of our clients. And we've coached thousands of folks through doing it. And so we know by the numbers that it works, but you have to be willing to work the process to get it done. Again, you have an area of expertise and it's knowledge that someone that's hiring you does not have yet. And yeah. And you know, and yes, it is an area of expertise, but in a lot of instances, a lot of things that we end up talking about are things that are common knowledge, are things that are known. It's not like we have a special, you know, sauce, lettuce, and cheese that, you know, that you come to us with as far as technique is concerned. Because a lot of people and a lot of my clients are like, Derek, I know. I'm skilled. There's nothing you can tell me about, you know, real estate, because I know that. There's nothing you can tell me about financial services or mortgages or, you know, all of the clients that we have and that we coach. There's nothing you can really tell me about that. But I need a way. I need some systems. I need something to get me past this. Can you help me to get my time back? Can I do, you know, can you help me to get to the place that I need to be? Because I'm going in and I'm spending 60, 70, 80 hours a week doing this stuff, and I'm connected, I'm tied at the hip to my phone. Can you help me to get something? And that takes being willing to trust somebody who's outside of the puzzle, who can see the stuff that you're doing and say, oh yeah, there it is. It's a unicorn. See? You know what I mean? So it takes somebody outside of, and I need coaches too. I got coaches. You know, every coach has a coach. I mean, every leader should have a leader. Every practitioner who is a true practitioner of whatever it is that they do, they need people to help them as well. So, and then a coach is not a boss or a spouse, because, you know, that's automatic. They're going to do that. You know, and a lot of times I ask people, who's holding you accountable to get the stuff done? Well, my boss is, and how's that working out for you? Well, my wife is, and how's that working out for you? Well, my husband is, and how's that working out for you? Our bosses and our spouses, they have vested interest in us, yes, but it's hard for us to take the coaching or the advice from people who care about us, which is why it's important to have somebody outside of us. We need to have some skin in the game, somebody that we can actually put some skin in the game with to hold us accountable. Because if you're paying somebody to hold you accountable to reaching a particular thing, a particular number, a particular goal, you're not just going to slough off of it because, hey, man, I'm putting some money on this. I'm not just going to, you know, pay you all this money and then stay asleep.
Right.
I'm going to get up and go get something.
That's
out of
money
this.
wasted if you're not putting into it.
Absolutely. So that's what a coach does. A coach helps you to get to the stuff that you know you should be doing, that you know how to do, but without the extra added accountability, most likely it won't get done.
We keep hearing accountability is key. Derek Eurales Jr., thank you so much. You can find him at Southwestern Consulting. You can go straight to his page if you have any questions for him, or if you'd like to hire a coach, he's right there. Thank you so much for your time.
Now you're going to have people calling me. Call me. Yeah, call me. I'll answer.
Or maybe email.
Something. Yeah, reach out. They can reach out. Like, okay, we're going to get him. You can bring me in, though. You absolutely can bring me in. I'm absolutely willing to come in. Absolutely.
Thank you so much, as always. Thank you guys for sticking with us, but don't go anywhere. We have more coming up right after this.
There's a lot to consider when it comes to choosing a Medicare plan. That's where Health Markets Insurance Agency can help. Independent licensed insurance agents who work with Health Markets can answer your questions about the different parts of Medicare, when you can enroll, benefits, costs, and more. Speak to a local licensed insurance agent today to get started on your Medicare journey.
Welcome back. Well, I'd like to say that Main Street Media Television is thrilled and so excited to be teamed up with the Nashville Sounds this season for Sunday Family Fun Day. And they were nice enough to let me throw out the first pitch this last Sunday. Take a look. That is what you're seeing now. Now, I don't have the strongest arm, mind you, but I did make it to Booster, who is holding the glove, catching the ball that I pitched. And they also let me keep the ball, which I have to thank them. I had a really great time out there on Sunday throwing out that first pitch. Now, again, we are the media sponsor for Sunday Family Fun Day. And if you would like to try to win free tickets to catch a Sounds home game on a Sunday, go to your favorite Main Street Media website. Once you're there, all you have to do is find the Main Street Media Family Day banner. That is how you register. And who knows, you could see us on a Sunday at one of the home days. We'd love to see you and say hello to you. All right. Thanks so much for joining us here for Mornings on Main Street. Be sure to have a great rest of the Tuesday, and we'll see you back here on Wednesday.